Hi. So I was digging around some boxes earlier today and I came across this. Now it's about 10, I think 15 years old. The Casio Databank Illuminator. So this was a watch, but it could also do many other things, as you can tell from all the keys on the front. It was also a calculator, an address book, and you could also do some complex scheduling with it as well. It was quite cumbersome, I remember, to use the keys actually, because they're really close together and you don't really get much feedback either. So there's no click. So you quite have to push them in actually quite hard to get them to register on the screen. As I said, it's about 10-15 years old and it's not been used for many years. So I'm going to try and open it up, replace the battery and see if we can get it working again. So I think like many other watches, it's got a metal back, and if we just take the metal back off, I think we'll be able to get out the battery. So it's got some really small Phillips head screws. So take those off. So it's kind of weird going back to this watch. And I say go back to this watch, but I think they're still selling these. And you can get other ones which also can control your TV or, past, your VHS. But yeah, it's interesting to look at this watch because with the whole growth of smartwatches and everything today. And while this can't, log how many steps you've done or how far you've travelled, blah blah blah, it could do a lot of the things that you might be able to see on the display of a smartwatch. However, it doesn't require a phone to operate. So I just thought this was quite interesting. So yeah, this back comes off. And here we're greeted by another message which says, zoom in there, battery replacement. If close is displayed, then close back cover and wait 2 minutes. And I can only assume that is so your data is stored. It charges maybe a capacitor or something inside, and you don't lose any of your data when you do the battery switching. But because the battery's totally dead, no close. So we're just going to go ahead. Take this off with a pair of tweezers. There's also a rubber gasket around the outside so that everything remains waterproof. And this is the inside. So it looks like there's this clip here which is keeping the battery in. And there's a bit of plastic, so if we unhook the clip, it should just spring off and we can change the battery. Ta-da! 3 volt 2016, and I think it's pretty dead. Voltmeter out and just quickly see how it's doing. Yep, that's pretty dead. So, put in the battery. So if I just try and adjust it, there's a small adjust notch just here, and it's a kind of a small button which is pressed in. I think you can just do it with your fingernail. There we go. And time now is about 20 past 6. So do we do that? Oh gosh, what's the date? 15th of June, right. Oh. Gosh, this is very hard to do. Yeah, maybe you can see it better there. The kind of dark background behind Wednesday 16. But there we go, there's the time. And you could add telephone numbers. I can't remember how you do that. I think you could add people's names, and this is the kind of awkward thing where you'd have to press the buttons and use your fingernail and everything. And then type in some numbers. It has this weird system where you do everything last first with the numbers. So you type in a number, and then you have to press mode to go on to the twice to go on to the next one. This isn't a real phone number, by the way, just for the record. So it was really weird how you had to do that first, and then you could search. So we had that person typed in as O, which is a great short name. And there we go. There's O's phone number. So as well as a telephone, you had a scheduler, you had a calculator, so you could do 3 plus 3, that's 6. Fantastic. There's also, you could do different time zones, so that is apparently GMT, but that doesn't quite make sense. I have to adjust that. An alarm, timer for counting down, and also a stopwatch, which is always very useful to have. That was the Casio DBC 150 Illuminator, which is still, their descendants are still for sale if you still think you need a dumb smartwatch. But yeah, I think the design is quite cool, and it really does illuminate quite nicely. So I think all that's left to say is thanks for watching.